Hello and welcome to this weekly video tip. In this video, we will focus on the importance of process. Hi, my name is Solène. I'm the founder of Creators for Good and a consultant for global citizens who start their own impact-driven enterprises. Actually, so for those of you who don't know, my specialty is to help people who transition from the corporate world, which is something I did as well, into the world of impact-driven entrepreneurship. And one thing that I realize is something many people struggle with is processes. Meaning when you work at a corporate job, all the processes have been thought through and defined for you by the company. So you know at what time you need to start and stop working. There are rules and processes when you need to take an action. You know exactly what kind of things that need to be done basically to complete that action. And when you become an entrepreneur, usually one of the key reason or one of the key motivation is freedom, right? You want to be free to work with whoever you want, to work on the topic that you are passionate about. You also want to be free to work whenever you want or from wherever you want. And this freedom is great, but there is a limit to it, because if you take the freedom also into what you do, you will be trapped in what I like to call the freelancer syndrome, meaning like you do this and then you do that and then you work for this client and then that and then a bit of this, a bit of that, but it's not an enterprise. It's a freelance kind of way of working, which is nice. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that, but if you really want to have an impact, you need to define processes so that you can repeat things from one project or one client to another and grow basically the impact that you're having and the efficiency that you have, but most importantly, so that you become better and better and better and better at what is it that you do, so that you can have bigger margins, basically, so that your enterprise is really financially sustainable, and then you can reinvest the extra profit into the growth of your project. I will tell you a small anecdote. So actually, every week I offer free strategy sessions to 5 different social entrepreneurs. And so by now I have consulted with around 100 people around the world. And before the session, I actually prepare. So there is like a questionnaire, but I also, go to their website, check out their Facebook page. And there is something that is very striking. The people who have poor internal processes that I find out during the strategy session, usually they also have a problem with communication that is not consistent. So they have maybe started a Facebook page, but then after 2 or 3 months they got bored of posting things. You can see it's not really lively, or maybe their website is halfway built. You can sense that it's like a beta version, and then there is 2-3 blog articles from the date that they started, but since then nothing, because probably they felt I don't have so many people commenting or finding me through Google, so I don't find it interesting. I will try something else. Of course, you shouldn't pursue something that is not working, but it's very important to give a chance to the strategy that you implement. So take some time to define a strategy and define your focus. I advise to have only 1 or 2 social media, primary social media. You can open other accounts later on, but if you try on Periscope and then on Instagram, and Pinterest, okay, and obviously Facebook, no, but the reach is going down, so I will do a Facebook group, and it's too much. You can't be good at everything. And that's basically, for me, the basics of having clear processes for your enterprise. You define a strategy. You have very clear process. Okay, when a client or a prospect rings at my door, what do I do? There is this step, this step, this step, da. When a contract needs to be signed, okay, there is this process. And the more you have processes, including for your external communication with social medias or whatever tools you use to communicate, and bring awareness about the solution that you bring to the world, it's really essential that you predefine all those processes, so that then it's about implementation, repeating, and it's about making them more and more efficient so that you can reach financial sustainability. This is super important. Even if it sounds boring to repeat things over and over again, trust me, all clients, all projects, all events are completely different because the human people you are interacting with are different. So don't be scared about that and predefine your processes. In terms of transitioning from the corporate world and now not really knowing what process to define for your social enterprise to be consistent and over time grow and have a significant impact, I'm here to help. So as I mentioned, every month I consult for free with 5 different people. There is 4 spots left for next month. So actually under the video, I will share with you the link where you can apply for a free strategy session, and we can discuss basically what kind of process you should put in place, and then how I could help you to make the most of this strategy. Voila, I hope this was helpful. Don't hesitate to share the video with people you know who could benefit from this advice, and I will see you next week for the next weekly tip.